Now, if you can truly manifest anything that you want, then it stands to reason you should be able to manifest whatever version of yourself that you want. And I don't mean just physically, I mean mentally, changing our personality, changing our confidence, adding new ideas and new layers to who we are. Is that possible? Of course it is. And we're going to dive deep into it in this episode. Hey, Manifesting fam, this is Marna, and thank you for joining me. I am a manifestation and mindset coach, and I tend to approach manifestation from a science-based perspective so you can get all the tips and tricks that will reliably work for you. Now, before we get into this video, please go ahead and just hit that little thumbs up so that this video can reach as many people as possible, okay? And let's go ahead and just dive right in. Now, this process is all about making it easier to accept the new you, to be more confident about what you're doing, knowing your power, understanding it, accepting it, and utilizing it. So how do we build confidence and become a better us? Now, we all have doubts and insecurities. I have them all the time, but that doesn't affect my manifestation process because in manifesting, I'm doing that all the time on a subconscious level, whether I'm thinking about it or not. Every breath I take in is a manifestation that my subconscious has already conceptualized and put into play. My conscious awareness of my reality continues to create no matter how I feel about myself. So, it's kind of like, this perpetual in and out type deal. Do we understand it? Not really. But can we measure its effects and how it behaves? Of course we can. This is why we look into quantum physics, because that helps us to understand what energy does. And it draws very clear parallels between manifestation and how energy works. So if you're interested in this topic, if you want to know how and why does all this work, look into the quantum physics. I'll go ahead and link above my video on the quantum physics and how manifestation is working with that. So when someone has not figured out how to step into their own confidence, how to understand what it is that their value is here, or able to kind of look at it objectively, because again, that's what makes us more confident than the next person, is when you can look at yourself as an entity on planet Earth objectively. I am a human being, therefore I can do the things that human beings do, which is consciously create our reality in every moment. If you can understand how to operate the machine, you can do it. Can you play the match game? Yeah, I can. I've been able to play the match game since I was like 3 years old, and I bet you can. And that's all it really takes. Can you match up what you want in here, the way you want it to go, for long enough until it shows up in your world? If you can answer that question as a yes, and you can have whatever it is that you want, okay? But part of this is taking on that role of conscious creator, of saying, wait a minute, if I'm doing all this, then I need to be a little more responsible. I need to pay attention to exactly what thoughts I'm having, because I don't have time to waste. My infinite energy entertaining any reality that has anything to do with something I don't want. Any reality that doesn't align with what I want to experience, again, is not worth my time. Not worth me devoting my infinite godlike power to increasing the probability that something I don't want is going to happen. So the first thing I want you to do, if you're struggling with confidence, trying to figure out how to build this idea within yourself, is start with leading with your strengths. Now, for most of us, for most of the people I talk to, you don't really understand what your power is. And I find that the amazing qualities that people have, how smart they are, how caring they are, how supportive they are, how ambitious, how successful, all of it, I'd like to tell my clients they're like keeping it like down, back here below the tailbone, like back. They're kind of hiding it. It's in existence, but it's not in the forefront. So I want you to take all of those things that make you amazing, your strengths, the part of you that makes you a good partner, a good friend, a good coworker, a good family member. All of those things, those matter because those are the traits that other people will want to have in their lives. So we'll start to look at the fact that, hey, we do have qualities that other people cherish, okay? We do have qualities that other people seek out. Honesty, integrity, loyalty. Those are qualities people want in a partner or a friend, a child, a coworker, whatever. So when you take these strengths and you take them from all the way back in the back and bring them all the way up to the front and put them on display and say, I want them here. I want them right here. I want them in the front and center. You know, then you can say, I am smart. I am dedicated. I am driven. I am hardworking. I am caring. I am supportive. I want the best for other people. I want to lift other people up. And I'm always learning and expanding. And I care about animals and I care about people. I am proud of those qualities. I am a self-made person. I have taken myself from nothing to whatever you want to call this life that I have now, and I'm living my life. I am sustaining myself on myself. So I'm proud. Whatever I truly think about myself when I look in the mirror doesn't have anything to do with how well I can lock in on where I'm going and if I can stay there. I understand what I bring to the table. And that's my next point. What do you bring to the table? Because when you're auditioning partners, jobs, friends, strangers, you're allowing other people to come into your life. You need to understand that, hey, I am valuable too. Here's what I bring to the table A, B, C, D, E. And what do you bring to the table? I want to see what you can do for me because I know what I can do for you. I know why I'm a great person. I know why I'm a great friend. I know why I'm a great lover or whatever, but what do you bring to the table? What this is doing is it's leveling us up, okay? A lot of people who have confidence issues, they tend to put others on a pedestal. So they're way up here and you're way down here. And we want to start raising you up and lowering them so that now we are all even. And this isn't about diminishing other people. This is about you seeing that no matter what you think about yourself, you do have redeeming qualities. And that's where we need to start. You need to start soaking them in and being okay with, hey, this is what I bring to the table. You want to be friends with me? Great, because I'm an amazing friend. And when you start to see this, when you start to adopt this new mindset of like, okay, fine, maybe I am kind of amazing. I'm creating my entire world through my consciousness. I have all these amazing qualities. Actually, I'm kind of a badass when you start thinking like this. Again, this isn't to take away from anybody else. This gives you new ground to stand on. And what happens when you have a new foundation, when you install a new bottom? Guess what? You start selecting better versions of other people for you. You start selecting people who match you, who show up to you, who don't drain you of your energy, who support you, who understand you, who get you and appreciate you because you're seeing the qualities within yourself. You're bringing them front and center. Like, hey guys, this is what's going on here. Not trying to brag, but I just want you to know if you want to get on this train here, this is what it's about. When you're able to communicate and show and showcase these feelings and lead with them and wear them proudly, it's displayed to other people. They can see that it's reflected back to you through the mirror of our consciousness in our reality. So this in turn just starts making everything a little bit better, a little bit nicer, a little bit fancier, a little bit more special, a little bit more dedicated. Whatever it looks like for you. We want to start putting aside our hate, our pride, our past, because none of this stuff actually matters. When it comes to what's coming next, in every single moment you can snap into a reality just like that. Okay? If you can have the wherewithal to say, oh my goodness, I've been describing myself as timid and shy. I've been behaving as timid, weak, shy, modest person, too modest in a nice, pleasant way, but like dimming that shine. That doesn't help anybody. It doesn't do anybody any good for us to dim our shine. In fact, it makes us show up for other people like a 3 or a 4, and we want to show it for other people in 10 mode because when we show up to other people in a 10, they show up to us at a 10 because the world is a mirror. So all of this, all about creating an outer environment that you like, that works for you by changing the way that you think in your inner environment, that is what is being reflected out to you. So when we start naming, claiming, declaring our strengths, wearing them proudly, we start stepping into new versions of ourselves. We start becoming transcendental. We grow further than we would have ever imagined because now this version of us is the new version of us. It has access to new thoughts and ideas and impulses that the old version of us just couldn't get to because they weren't on the same wavelength. So as you start accepting this, as you start declaring it, I am this version. I am smart and driven and successful. I can be the most loyal friend you've ever had. I bring something to the table. I'm proud of the accomplishments that I've made. I'm proud of the person I've become. I'm proud that my past got me to this very moment because now I can declare anything I want. I could be whatever version of me that I want, and for this point forward, I'm going to embody that. So we're going to remind ourselves every day, wait a second, I'm not tearing me down anymore. I'm tearing down the boat that I'm sailing on the ocean. And no, I'm not going to do this. I love this boat. I love myself. I am here to experience life. I have this, and this to offer. And I'm excited to share that with the world. I'm excited to see what comes from me, changing my perspective, stepping into a new role, and being a new version of myself. Being a version of myself that knows that it's not worth my time or energy to tear myself down, to entertain a reality where I'm not as magnificent as I want to be. So I want you to comment below. I pledge to lead with my strengths. I pledge to lead with my strengths. And this is to remind you that it's okay to say, yes, I am smart and loyal and driven. You do want to be friends with me because I have a lot to offer. And I'm excited to share that with you and become better and better versions of us together as we both grow. This is our new mindset, okay? We want to be on top of this. We want to stay in this thought process of celebrating ourselves and our accomplishments and the things that we do in the mental shifts that we make. We should be proud, and there's nothing wrong with celebrating who you are. So don't worry about dimming your shine for anybody else. Don't do it. Seriously, don't. Don't do it for yourself. Don't do it for anybody else. Step into the light. Step into the truth of yourself and own it. Stay on top of it and don't let yourself go back. Because there's no reason to go back to the old you. You know, the old you doesn't really resonate anymore. That was the old you that didn't know how to manage money, that didn't know what to do when people complimented you, that used to work for other people and hated their job and hated their life and was miserable and hoping for a chance to get out and do their own thing. That's the old you. You don't know where that person is anymore because that person is gone. The person you are now knows what you're capable of. You understand that you have to offer so much more. You understand how you can help other people, which gives you validation as a person, as a human being, outside of what you look like. It makes you understand that you have value because you are offering something to other people and seeing their lives change. You're seeing the change on their face, and it makes you know that you're here to do something bigger and better than yourself. You know, and most of us are more than happy to do that. That's why we are here. So if you'd like some information on how to get into a new mind frame about yourself and start thinking in more productive thoughts, just, drop me a line. You should see my email address. It's in the description box below, and let me know. I will be more than happy to help you with figuring out the mind shift to find the best version of you that is already there. I'm Marna. Thank you for joining me, and have a beautiful rest of your day.